What's going on, y'all? Your boy Darius the Great here, back again for another video, and this time I am here with my WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania XL, extra large. My predictions for night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania 40, which is this Saturday and Sunday. I'm so excited, so ready for this. This has the potential to be a really, really good card. Both nights, man, has the potential to be one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time, man. So yeah, I'm just going to jump into my predictions here. I just got everything up on the website. We're going to go through these matches match by match, give my thoughts on who's going to win and why. All right? Before we do that, though, some business we need to take care of. Number one, thank you guys for helping me to get to 500 subscribers. All right? I recently crossed that, I don't know, like some point earlier today. And hey, you guys did it. Can't thank you enough, man. But the road is not over, right? We are still chugging along to my year-end goal of 1,000, hitting that 1,000 mark so I can truly get monetized here. But the next little mini goal, of course, to get there, 600. So help me on the road to 600 subscribers, man. If you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, man. Join the cause. Also, the notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video. Also, smash that sweet like button, man. All right, hit it with a rock bottom. Hit it with a, I don't know, crossroads, stunner, something, your finisher of your choice. Hit that like button with it, man. And yeah, we're going to keep doing this thing. Also, in terms of my WrestleMania coverage, I was going to record like reactions to, if not the whole show, like the big night or like the big matches of the night, right? Don't think I'm going to do that, though, because I think it's going to be a WrestleMania this year that I just chill out with the fam. We all just watch it together because they're not really wrestling fans like I am. I'm going to introduce them to, some things, some wrestlers that they don't know and all that stuff. But I probably will, like, I don't know, do like short reactions, with my phone for like big important moments and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. So the first thing we have up here, man, I don't know when this came out, the structure of each of the nights, but we have here on night 1, we have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar, or excuse me, as Carlito says, Santos Escobar, and Dominic Mysterio. This one is, Dom lost last year, right? He did in the singles match. I feel like this is going to be a WrestleMania trilogy, right? I feel like next year's WrestleMania is going to be another Dom Rey singles match. It's going to be the final one where Rey retires, and Dom wins there. So I guess you could have Rey and Dragon Lee win. Santos, Santos did already win against Rey. I feel like you want to get Dragon Lee over, though, because Dragon Lee, he was at a point kind of getting over, but then he went back to NXT for a spell. It feels like the crowd just kind of forgot about him and just like, oh yeah, that Dragon Lee dude. What do you do again? You just flippy stuff? Okay, yeah. There's no character for him, really, except for him being, Rey Mysterio's biggest fan, as all luchadors, all masked luchadors are. I'm going to say Dom and Santos wins this. So they can be so for next year, they can be like, hey, we're 1-1 against each other. And it'll be the what do they call it? The rubber match, right? So yeah, I'm going to go with Dirty Dom and Santos winning this one. But it could really be anyone. Honestly, this one's tough. It's a close one. Really is. Next up, we have the team of Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi, or as I've taken to refer to them, Team Black Queens, versus Damage Control, which is, of course, the team of Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka. This is probably, dude, this is the easiest match to predict. Team Black Queen's going to win this, all right? Because, they are not going to have, number one, they're not going to have Jade Cargill lose her first proper match. I know, she had the Royal Rumble appearance, but as an actual match where she can, run ropes and stuff or whatever, she's not going to lose that first match, much less it being at WrestleMania. And two, Bianca Belair is on a WrestleMania streak. I believe she's now 3-0. She's not, I think they're very conscious of that, and I don't think she's going to, take a loss at WrestleMania anytime soon, man. I don't know about going, Undertaker status, 21 and whatever he ended up, 21-2, whatever. But I definitely don't think she's losing that streak anytime soon. Jade's not going to win in her first or she's not going to lose in her first match. And obviously, hey, that's all you need to know about this, man. It's the easiest pick ever. Next up, we have the 6-pack tag team ladder match for the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. Obviously, you got, the champions, the Judgment Day, you got the New Day, you got Awesome Truth, A-Town Down Under, Newcastle Republic, and we are DIY. God, their theme sucks, but they're amazing wrestlers. So yeah, Judgment Day's losing this. It's no question. Awesome Truth is going to win this. They're going to win the Raw Tag Team titles, because I do believe, right, they announced that both titles are up for grabs. Like, you could take one set of the championships and then another team could take another, if I understand correctly, right? I think Awesome Truth going to win the Raw Tag Team titles. I think A-Town Down Under are going to win the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I think that's probably the best way of splitting it, as opposed to some segment where they're just like, hey, we've been champs for, these been undisputed, unified for so long. Let's just split them and just kind of like arbitrarily split them. Nah, do it competitively in a match. I think this works out pretty good. Awesome Truth are very over, especially thanks to R-Truth. And it'd be an amazing story for him and Miz to get those titles from Judgment Day. And then I think Waller and Theory desperately need something, and I think them with the tag titles could be really good for them. I know they were like teasing a breakup, but given how Triple H books things, he loves to take his time. I think they're gonna become a cohesive unit once again as tag champions, and then eventually get back around to them splitting. So yeah, Awesome Truth, A-Town Down Under. Just you have one face team, one heel team, one Raw team, one SmackDown team. Fits perfectly. Next up, we have the Battle of the Twins. We have Yeet versus No Yeet. Jay versus Jimmy. Man, this match is gonna slap. Like, these two, obviously as a tag team, always put on great matches. Seeing them as a singles and what they could do in the ring with each other, man, it's like fighting. It's like you guys seen those? Hold on, yes. This meme right here, the Miles Morales, the Spider-Verse meme with these two. Oh, that shit is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious, man. But yeah, who do I think is gonna win this? I think Jimmy's gonna win. I'm slowly subscribing to the theory that everyone that's on Cody Rhodes' side is going to lose at WrestleMania, except for Cody, of course. But I think that's a distinct possibility, and I think honestly, I know some could say Jay needs it because he's main event Jey Uso. He needs a really big win to cement him, to cement himself as that solos guy, and having a big singles win over his brother at WrestleMania could be that. But at the same time, if you look at both of these guys after their split, right after they went their separate ways and became singles wrestlers, Jay has been infinitely more successful, right? Like he won the tag titles with Cody. He's been involved in main event programs and stuff, feuding with Drew McIntyre and such. He's merch selling machine, got the crowd all doing not only the yeets but the he's been more successful. Jimmy has just been Bloodline henchman guy, and he's had the silly stuff, the silly comedic stuff, but I think Jay has been he's been much more successful in his singles run, taken much more seriously as a competitor, whereas Jimmy's just around to eat pins, man. So I think in terms of who needs this win more, I think Jimmy definitely needs this win. I think it could fit perfectly with a story if everyone that's on Cody's side loses at WrestleMania. So I'm going to go with no yeet, Jimmy Uso. All right. Next up, we have a match that definitely could be match of the night. I mean, you look at these two dudes and how great they are as wrestlers, man. The fantastic matches, the classic matches they've put on in the past with different people. This could be match of the night. We have for the Intercontinental Championship, GUNTHER, the Ring General, versus Sami Zayn. Now, if you don't know, I am a huge GUNTHER mark, right? Ever since he first showed up as Walter, right, in NXT UK, that first match, I remember I remember seeing, he showed up at the end of one of the NXT UK shows when Pete Dunne was champion. And like I saw like a picture of him, I was just like, who's this dude? You know, like I read a bunch of stuff on the internet, people talking like, oh dude, Walter's finally in WWE. Oh man, I was just like, who's this Walter dude? And I didn't see anything of him until I watched that match that he and Pete Dunne had at one of the takeovers. And that was my first exposure to him. I didn't even know that he was Austrian. I thought he was like British. So I was like, oh man, look at freaking British Kingpin over here. This dude's massive. This dude's, you know, like he is a machine. And from that very match, it was love at first sight. Like this dude is everything I love about pro wrestling. He like guys like him, guys like Shibata, right? That's just hard hitting. I'm just gonna beat the ever living shit out of you. That is my style of wrestling. And Gunther has been an absolute tear. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's obviously the best Intercontinental Champion of all time. There's no disputing that at this point. And like the progression of his character, where like he was very serious for so long, but he's become much more of a character in terms of just being arrogant and always smiling. Always just been like, dude, like you're nothing to me. Like, you know who I am? You know, like he's always confident in his own ability, and he doesn't cheat. He doesn't cheat. He's like the antithesis of Roman. Like he will just beat you straight up, no outside interference needed. And I absolutely love it. And I'm going to pick Gunther, not just because of how much of a mark I am, just because also I don't think Sami Zayn needs this win, right? He's been Intercontinental Champion before for a long time at that, right? I want to say he was like at least 300 some days, but whatever it was, like especially during lockdown, during pandemic, he had the title for a while doing his whole conspiracy theorist gimmick, which was great. But yeah, like I feel like if anyone should beat Gunther, it's someone who actually needs the elevation of dethroning Gunther in his historic reign. You know, a guy like, you know, Ilya. You know, if Ilya comes up to the main roster, he's kind of like Gunther's kryptonite. I think that would work. I don't know. I feel like Braun Breaker could have worked, but I think he's going to be on SmackDown, so that's not really going to work unless they do, you know, brand swappings with, you know, the draft. Gable definitely is a guy that I'd be behind beating Gunther at some point after this. If they like really turn up Gable being like a damn wrestling machine, turn him into Perk Angle, man. Like that could be, I would absolutely be down with Gable winning the title if they tell that story. So yeah, I'm going with Gunther. Really hope Gunther wins it. I don't think Sami needs it all. Love Sami, but he doesn't need it. Next up, we have for the Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley, the defending champion, versus Becky Lynch. Rhea's gonna win this. You know, like similar. Does she have a Dirty Dom choker in this image? That's crazy. I think similarly to how Bianca Belair kind of ran through the horsewomen, right? Like she beat Sasha at WrestleMania, she beat Charlotte at WrestleMania, she beat Bayley at a bunch of different pay-per-views and stuff. I think Rhea's gonna go on that journey of beating the horsewomen, right? Like she already beat Charlotte, she's gonna beat Becky. At some point, she's gonna beat Bayley too. And yeah, like I feel like Rhea along with Bianca are kind of like forming the new horsewoman type of group. I don't know who the other two would be. You could decide that amongst yourselves. But Rhea's gonna win over Becky. I think similarly to Gunther versus Sami. Becky doesn't need this title win. Like I feel like if anyone's gonna beat Rhea, it needs to be someone like you're actually gonna make something out of someone, right? Even though Rhea's title reign, when you really look at it, like her title reign, it was just the Nia Jax feud. In terms of like memorable singles feuds, it was just the Nia Jax one. Like I know she had some with Natalya at some point where she like squashed her, and then they had a really good match on Raw. But like she hasn't been defending the title as much. It's really just been about her being, you know, all the Judgment Day shenanigans and stuff. But I think like this being her biggest match to date, she's gonna win. She's not gonna lose it just yet. Now I don't know who. Similarly to Gunther, I have no idea who is going to beat her. You know, like I don't know if even they know creatively. I don't know that they know who's gonna beat her. You could make a story out of Liv, but I feel like she's probably just gonna lose to her at Backlash or something. But yeah, Rhea's definitely winning. Mommy will come out on top. And then we have our main event closing out night one. Oh man, the Bloodline, The Rock, the final boss, and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, man. Whew, this feud's been real good, man. Been real good. It started off, it was teetering dangerously close to it being just about Cody and Rock. But then, they finally gotten Roman back into this, gotten him involved in this, getting some heat. And them whipping the shit out of Cody and Seth on Raw was, this match could be crazy. I feel like this is a 50-50 thing where you could tell the story of, Cody and Seth winning this match, and then you have Cody versus Roman, no bloodline interference, right? Straight up. But Cody, being the type of babyface that he is, the overcoming the odds type of babyface, right? That Dusty Rhodes type of, babyface wrestler. I feel like the strongest possibility is kind of like some Infinity War type situation, right? Like, you guys remember the end of Infinity War? The Avengers lose. Thanos whoops their asses, man. He gets what he wants. He snaps. And the movie just ends cold on Thanos sitting there just smiling to himself like, yeah, I did it. I did exactly what I was going to do. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. And I'm happy now. It just fades to black. That's it. I feel like it could absolutely be that, right? Like the final image of night one, Cody and Seth in the middle of the ring, writhing in pain, Rock and Roman standing over them, having won the match, and it's just like, oh, fuck. Tomorrow's going to be Bloodline Rules. How the hell is Cody going to overcome it? And then he, I'll save that for my night two predictions. But yeah, I think Rock and Roman are going to win this. It's also a thing where I don't think Roman is going to eat a pin, before night two. I definitely don't think Rock is going to eat a pin at any point during this run if it's not to Roman when they eventually collide. So yeah, it's Rock and Roman going to win this match. Should be a real good match, especially from a story perspective. And I really pray to God, Rock is in the proper physical conditioning shape to not get hurt like he tends to when he comes back for these matches. And now we move on to night two. We got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament in a 6-man tag team Philadelphia street fight. Man. This feud, the feud that never ends, the feud that kind of has no heat whatsoever. Like, I kind of feel bad for the guys involved because this feud is just not clicking really for me anyway. I don't think for the crowd either. I don't think they really get much reactions. It's one of those things where it feels like it's one of those things where it feels like both teams need this win. It's strange. Like, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, they've been a faction for a while, but they've not gotten like meaningful wins. They haven't really felt like, all right, this faction is here, It hasn't been like really defined. But then same thing for, the Final Testament, Cross, as soon as, we all found out that, hey, he was getting the AOP with him, it's like, okay, finally, we get to give Cross something. But they've done a whole lot of nothing except for this feud that has no heat. And it's just like, they also need something. So it's like, where do you go with this? Who wins this match? I feel like in terms of who needs it more to be taken seriously, the Final Testament, but it's WrestleMania. This is a tough one. They really got to figure out something with both of these groups. I'm going to go with the Final Testament. That's my prediction. The Final Testament is going to win this. They're going to win this Philadelphia street fight. I know Scarlett's going to get involved, B-Fab and all that stuff, but yeah. I'm going to go with Final Testament. God, they need to figure out something with both these guys, both these groups. It's kind of wild. Next up, with everybody saying LA Knight, yeah, versus AJ Styles. It's kind of funny how they both have their names are similar in that way. The match presented by Slim Jim. Is that the case for the other matches too? No, this is a Slim Jim match. Oh, shoot, that's crazy. It's going to be Slim Jim around the... Is he going to show up in the Slim Jim car again? I can have the Slim Jim around the ring and stuff. Anyway, this match, it's crazy because, like, number one, jacked AJ Styles is insane. Like, he came back all freaking jacked. You kind of want to give him the win just off that, but LA Knight needs this more, right? Like, it's a testament to how good LA Knight is as a talker and as a personality because, like, he was on fire at one point, had the Roman match, he had the Roman match in Saudi Arabia. Then Fatal 4-Way at Rumble. And then, branched off into this AJ Styles feud. And it kind of felt like at a point he was starting to cool down. But then he drew the crowd back in. That segment with him getting arrested was absolutely hilarious. Him just like honking the horn. Yeah, AJ, yeah. if you don't come next week, I'll be right back here. Yeah, you know, him beating up the TV, that one promo, just like, phenomenal one, nah. The cowardly one, yeah. Oh, he's amazing. So he definitely needs this WrestleMania win, and hopefully after this, get a title on this man. Have him face Logan Paul at SummerSlam or something and win the U.S. Championship. Jeez. Yeah, LA Knight should definitely win this one. I'm going with LA Knight for this match. It's a match that, if you told me a few months ago that's going to be the WrestleMania match, I would have been like, really? That's the WrestleMania match? But they've made this a very entertaining feud. So, hey, I'm cool with it, man. Next up, we have the United States Championship Triple Threat match, Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. I just want to say, by the way, I don't know what type of like AI stuff they do with these damn promo pictures, but Kevin Owens' face in particular just looks weird as hell. Randy's a little less so, but still, and then like Logan's is kind of fine. But like Kevin Owens, it's like they use like the old man filter. Like I know he's kind of old, he's got his gray and his beard and stuff, but that does not look like Kevin Owens that much. But anyway, yeah, this is a feud. This is a match that I think Logan Paul is going to come away with the win. I feel like, especially because typically in these triple threat feuds, in the build-up, they try and like show that, hey, you know, these two of these dudes are going to be too busy with each other, and they're going to let the champion escape with the title. But they haven't done that in this feud, in this build. Kevin Owens and Randy have very much been on the same page, both turning their ire towards Logan. And I think they're doing that as a red herring because at some point in this match, it's going to break down between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, and it's going to allow Logan Paul to get the win. And like I said, you know, just a few minutes ago, maybe Logan Paul versus LA Knight, SummerSlam, let LA Knight get that title. Although it's going to be in Cleveland, which is Logan's hometown, so I don't know about that. But yeah, Logan Paul is going to win this title. Speaking and hey, Logan Paul, if you're watching this, you know, I did do a video a few days back of me trying Prime for the first time. I said it was delicious with the blue raspberry one. So Logan, if you happen to be watching this video somehow, which I know you're not, sponsor me, man. I will shill some Prime. Oh man, I probably just lost some subscribers saying that. Anyway, we are on to the WWE Women's Championship match, IYO SKY versus the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Bayley. It's a match where it's interesting. It's a match where on paper you'd be like, you give it to IYO. She's the younger of the two. I don't know about how much. Shit, I don't know how, because IYO's been around a minute. She's been around a minute, you know, over in Japan. We're about to do this live. No editing necessary here. She's 33. Okay, what about Bayley? Is Bayley close to 40? She's 1 year. Damn, only 1 year older. That's crazy. I feel like Bayley's like so much older. Not like she looks older, but like she's been around. I guess in my experience of experiencing Bayley, not experiencing IYO over in Japan and stuff. Damn. But like she's accomplished so much more in WWE, so she very much feels like the veteran here, and it kind of makes you feel like, okay, well, give it to IYO. But then like this Damage Control story, the way that it's been, really gets you behind Bayley. But Bayley also seems like a very selfless person who'd be like, yeah, give it to IYO. Let IYO get that win over me at WrestleMania. Oh, boy. This has potential maybe if you get like the other members of Damage Control to come out. You get Jade, Bianca, and Naomi to come out and stop them from getting involved. I'm going to say, I feel like common sense says pick Bayley because she's the babyface going into this. But I'm going to go with IYO on this one. I'm going to go with IYO. It's a similar thing where similarly to Rhea Ripley, right? IYO hasn't done a whole lot of defending of this title. It's very strange that they've been booking both women's titles. Like they've been more about like the stories of them, you know, like whatever stories that they're involved with, or like what their faction is involved with, as opposed to, you know, them having singles feuds that are being highlighted. So I think especially because of that, I think IYO should get the win here. I wouldn't be mad if Bayley won either, but especially considering how selfless Bayley is as a person, right? That, we've heard of. I think IYO's going to win. I'll go with IYO. I do have a lot of heels winning, and they usually try to find a balance at WrestleMania. I'm going to switch up. I'm going to say Bayley. I don't think Bayley has gotten like her WrestleMania moment of winning a title at Mania. I'll go with Bayley. I'll switch up to Bayley on that one. Next up, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth Rollins, the defending champion, facing off against DM Hunk, Drew McIntyre, with CM Punk on commentary, which is going to be crucial because I think he's going to get in the heads of both of these men at different points in this match. You could tell a story with, Drew saying on Raw that Punk is obsessed with him, right? But really, he's the one obsessed with Punk. You could tell a story with that getting in his way and he himself getting in his own way, as has been the story they've been telling for a while anyway, and have him lose this. But there's a couple things to consider. I think, number one, Seth is going to need some time to fully properly heal up. His back. I know his knee is good, but to just take a break because he's been this super workhorse champion. Number two, I'm subscribing to the prediction theory that everyone that's been helping Cody is going to lose their matches at WrestleMania except for him. So I think Seth, losing the title, plus Drew could get Bloodline help because we saw, Drew and Heyman talking in the background on one of those episodes of Raw, I think a couple weeks back. And I think Drew, because of the great work he's been doing, absolutely needs this. I think you can also just tell an amazing story with Drew winning the title. His whole, one of the main things he's used in his character, antagonizing CM Punk is saying, I'm living your WrestleMania dream, what you were supposed to be doing here at Mania, coming back, facing Seth Rollins for the world title, and then winning it in front of everybody and all that stuff. I'm living your dream. I'm living your path, which I 100% believe that if Punk didn't get hurt, this would be Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Obviously, that would be the case. I think you can really feed into that. Really feed into Drew versus CM Punk feud over the World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe at that Glasgow show that they just announced, Clash of the Castle, if Punk is healthy with his tricep. And I think just because of the great work Drew's been doing, give him the title, man. Let him get his moment in front of fans finally, winning a world title at WrestleMania that he didn't get. Now, what I hope happens in this match, honestly, with the whole story that Drew's been telling Seth, you need to focus on our match, right? You've been too focused on the Bloodline stuff and Cody and all that stuff. It would be great, if by the time Seth gets to this match, he's banged up from the night before. He's just he's finally hit that wall. He's just exhausted. He's just nah, I'm gonna do this, and it just turns into Bane versus Batman, and Drew just whoops the hell out of him, wipes the floor with him. I think that would be an absolutely phenomenal way to book this, man. Have Drew just talking all types of shit while he's beating Seth's ass, and he's looking at Punk while he's doing it, and that could be great if they went that way. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre on this one. And then, of course, we have our main event, running it back again, the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship on the line, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Will Cody finally finish the story? Now, my first night prediction, I did say Bloodline is going to win that. So it's going to be Bloodline rules. It's going to be a bunch of shenanigans that Cody is going to have to overcome with the help of Seth Rollins, with the help of Jey Uso, maybe with John Cena, maybe with Stone Cold Steve Austin running in and open up a can of whoop ass on The Rock, on the final boss, more like the final jackass. What? That this match should be, that's what I want it to be. I want this to be Mankind winning the WWE Championship on Raw. Dude, just overbooked mess. The crowd going absolutely insane. If that glass shatters, the crowd, that will be the loudest pop in the history of pops. It just will. I'll lose my mind for that. I will definitely record my reaction if that happens. I don't want to get my hopes up of that happening, but that's just what I want to happen. It's what I hope happens. Cody gets his moment. Cody lifted up on the shoulders of, John Cena, of, Seth Rollins, of the whole locker room is yes, finally, Thanos has been defeated at the end of Endgame. Like it'd be phenomenal. I think that'd be a perfect way to end, the show. Confetti raining down. Cody's the triumphant hero. It's what I hope happens, man. Either way, Cody's winning it. Whether it's Bloodline rules or not, Cody's winning. They are not going to have Cody lose again, right? I was one of the few people who said that Cody should lose. Or, like, I don't think I didn't think he should lose. I just wasn't going to be as excited if he won last year because the feud, it was way too clean. It had, like, no heat, Cody got injured, came back at number 30, won from number 30. And then, in the build-up, he and Roman didn't really have that much heat. They were just cutting promos back and forth, and they're kind of tepid promos at that. And I wasn't really feeling it. So when he lost, I was shocked, but I was like, they could cook and build this to next year's WrestleMania, and they've done just that. So now, by this time now, I'm fully on board. He needs to finish the story. He is more popular now than he was ever going to be if he won the championship last year. This is the time to do it. Pull the trigger. Cody is the guy. He's the man. Cody Rhodes is going to win at WrestleMania. He's going to finish the story. He's going to we're going to see him. What's going to be the final image? Him handing the championship to his mom, to Mama Rhodes. That's going to be the lasting image right there, dude. It's going to be phenomenal. I'll probably cry, man, because I love Cody so much. He's been absolutely fantastic on this run. So there you go, man. Those are my predictions for WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2. This is a beefy video I put up, man. It's like 41 minutes. Probably going to be cut down. It's going to be some cuts and stuff. But, yeah, about 40 minutes in this video of me talking about my predictions, man. Trying to get that watch hour. Get those watch hours, man. Help me get monetized. But anyway, let me know your WrestleMania predictions down in the comments below. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to lose? Tell me how excited you are about the card in general. Do all that good stuff. Make sure, once again, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and the notification bell. Make sure you like the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, speaking of next video, a bit of a tease for what I'll be putting up tomorrow. Another WrestleMania video where we simulate the WrestleMania card with the help of some good old-fashioned AI, because we all love AI, right? It never does stupid stuff. It always does what we want. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.